Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Got Terry with me.
Good morning.
Terry shot all this footage for us today.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. Yeah, I'd give you a protein bar.
Oh, that's right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was lovely.
You owe me $8 for gas, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Because it cost us $9 to get here.
Oh.
And I did the driving, so.
Does that include a tip?
We got kind of like a Marlon Perkins, Jim Fowler vibe going today. I'm going to sit in the truck and listen to the radio, and Terry's going to go risk his lives with the gators and the snakes.
I can't lie. There was a couple times where I got a little spooked. You get kind of close to where they travel, and you can't see but about 4 feet away, and so it gets kind of spooky.
Did you spot any boar?
No, I did not.
And that's really odd. Did you hear anything big?
A couple times I had heard things that was, the underbrush is so thick there that you can't see 2 foot into it. And so I heard things. I just couldn't tell you how big or what they were.
Now, as an experienced person, where do you feel safer? Out here with the boar and the gators, or in the Walmart parking lot at night?
Definitely the boar and the gators.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I wish they would let us park out here.
Yes, agreed.
There's not too many gator meth heads running around the wildlife.
No.
So are those what do you slides, right?
Yes.
So the gators have wore that going from water to water.
They have from one side. It's like one side of the slough to the other, and the pucker factor got pretty high right there.
Yeah.
Because there was gators on the other side. So, well, obviously they'd been on both sides. The thing is, you don't know which side they're on.
And Eugene is staring at us right now.
I noticed he followed us.
while we're doing this narration.
Yeah. In a minute. I can't believe how. Oh, there's a lovely coot that the gators won't even eat.
Yeah. Do you know why ducks love dogs?
No.
They're purebred. See, I wrote that one down. That was a good one.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for that coot.
Yeah.
I was hoping one of us wouldn't be in another story when that coot came on.
Yeah.
So it was $5 a carload to come here. So I think we got our money's worth out of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, worth it. I got my steps in for sure.
I noticed a lot of little fish when you were filming the water.
Yes. That's probably, well, let's see. I guess that is the only fish that I could really spot. Sometimes you can see the larger fish, what they call tailing, where they swim in water so shallow that their fins actually stick out.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I didn't see any of that. So those small minnows, which I'm sure are a food supply for almost everything in there.
A lot of animal prints, but I noticed some of these are dog prints. A lot of people, for some reason, like to put their tiny dogs on a leash and take them to see the alligators.
Yes, I didn't quite understand that. That was a snake that was laying in the trail there that stayed long enough for me to film him. Any
idea what kind that was?
No, I don't. I was trying to look into the camera and make sure I got him.
Yeah.
And it was just too hard to do. I don't know.
And we did see another snake up on the road.
Yes, totally different kind though. I don't know what either one of them were. It just wasn't able to tell.
It's very rude of them. There's 2 gators right there, right?
Yes, 2 pretty good sized ones.
I swear I have photos from 8 years ago, and there's 2 gators in that exact same spot.
Quite possibly the same too.
I wonder if they're decoys that the Rangers put out, so we're all happy to find gators.
Could be. When I first looked over there, I thought that was a log.
Yeah.
I did not think that was gators.
Well, I actually think yesterday's video, I thought it was one gator laying funky.
Yes.
And then when I zoomed in on it, I could tell it was 2 gators.
Yep, it's actually 2.
And it's pretty neat, the color that they, like how they change colors, basically. Like when they're wet, they're real dark, and when they're dry, like these guys are trying to be.
Yes.
It's
and I
green.
thought about that also when I was looking at them. There was some serious mud there. Obviously, it's a slough.
Yeah.
The mud is nasty, and I wondered if that is the same color as what the mud would be dried. It's like they were almost had a mud bath. They were covered in mud.
Yeah. I mean, that water's pretty tainted. I zoomed in a little bit there. I don't know what I did there. There are a lot of tiny little fishies in there, and I guess that's what the gators are eating.
I guess so, yes. I would have liked to have seen some bigger fish. I just couldn't find any. I'm guessing they were in a little deeper water since it had been cooler. But yes, there was an abundance of little finger-sized fish swimming around in there.
There's got to be more than that for them to sustain, unless they're filled up on tiny dogs on leashes.
Yes, but I didn't see any scat that contained leashes or collars. So,
Any Bigfoot scat?
no, none that I could find. I was on the lookout.
It is funny, when I was looking up facts on the Aransas National Wildlife Refuge, there is like Bigfoot documentation.
Wow, well, I missed that part.
I mentioned it in part 1. They like to come down here when it's cold up north, come down to the refuge during the...
Well, sure.
And oddly enough, not one clear photo.
Strange.
It was weird. Very weird. What are you running here? You're booking.
I think I was just walking fast, actually. No, not running. I don't remember exactly. There's so much to see. I was trying to cover as much as I could. But I think that's just a fast walk.
And while you were doing all this, I was just shaving in the truck.
Yeah. Or it could have been a point where the Gator trails, the slides crossed the trail itself.
Yeah.
And I might have just been in a hurry to get through there.
That particular part.
Yeah, that's quite possible also.
It is. I mean, I know it's been 10 years, but I've walked these trails quite a bit, and we would always hear something big and, probably a boar.
Mm-hmm.
But I would imagine if you're a little jumpy, a raccoon sounds like a boar as well. And
yeah, absolutely.
the boys would be so pissed that I wouldn't let them go jump in the bushes to see what was in there. And
I tell you, when you wear bifocals, you're walking in the sunlight,
yeah,
and then you're trying to look to make sure that you're getting things through a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, your peripheral vision, it just goes away, and so you get jumpy.
Try doing it when you're driving a car and filming. And I told that nun. I did not. I thought, I did not know it was a nun. So
it's a really pretty place.
It is. It's I like these kind of trails too.
And I think I did just shy of a mile down and a mile back, I think is what I ended up doing. Because there was a little section of it that was closed.
Yeah.
But I think it was a mile down and a mile back.
Why was it closed? Was there a damaged footbridge or something? Or
yeah, trail reconstruction, call it, or something.
It seems like the amount of time they spent putting up a barrier, they could have fixed it.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a trail. Bring in a scoop of dirt and let's go. Did you see any rangers at all yesterday?
No, come to think of it, I did not.
I didn't either. The visitor center looks completed. I showed that in my last video, but it's not open yet. And they had a nature store, mm-hmm. which was like what do you call those sheds? Those portable sheds you get delivered?
Oh, yeah.
That people make into a tiny home?
Yes, exactly.
But that wasn't opened either.
No.
And I was trying to think, it's Saturday at noon. When is it open?
Yes.
You know?
Because the only thing that was open was the donation box.
Yeah. Well, we donated $5.
Yeah.
For our carload.
Yeah. What a bargain. It is actually a bargain.
It is.
I really like walking through that tall bamboo.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and the palmettos are cool too.
Yes, they are. I saw some spectacular ones.
I love palmettos. God said, I need a plant, and I need something that's as sharp as knives with razor blades on the end in case someone walks by.
Yeah.
You could really make a good fort out of palmettos just by planting them in the right place.
Oh, absolutely. Nobody wants to run into that stuff. It's just like a bunch of daggers at you.
Back in the day before air cover and drones.
Yes.
The poor Karankawa Indians walking through here. I bet you this trail wasn't here yet.
No, I'm guessing not.
We did see a lot of animal trails, like good size animal trails.
Yes. There has to be an abundance an overabundance of animals in there.
Yeah.
And they travel everywhere. It's just hard to be. The place is so massive. It's hard to be in the right place at the right time.
I had mentioned to you earlier, basically today, as far as capturing on film, we got one snake and three gators?
Three big,
gators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the last time I was here, I got everything but snakes and gators.
Wow.
Deer, boar, javelina, raccoons, armadillos, possums.
I wonder if it had anything to do with the temperature changes. It had been so cold.
Yeah.
If they were just slow to come out.
But I also think that you could, like, I always had good luck just sitting in one spot,
mm-hmm.
even on where the roads are,
mm-hmm.
and they cross the roads eventually. Like, if you find one of those good animal trails that they use,
yes,
if you sit there long enough, something will come out.
Sure, absolutely. I just didn't want to hang out on those gator slides long enough for one to come across. The little one wouldn't worry me.
Yeah.
Those big ones, however, I wouldn't want to hang too close to them.
I've seen bigger ones in there, but there's just so many spots. You know, that whole. I mean, there's water lakes and ponds there that you can't even get to.
Yes.
And
it was interesting to me that the big gators could care less that dogs, people, things were anywhere close. But that little gator, that smaller one that I don't know, I guess was maybe 1.5 feet, 2 foot, something like that, maybe a little smaller.
How far is it down?
He was kind of elusive. He made me work for getting a picture of him.
Now this is the lookout tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is the one that used to have steps that I could just walk up, sit on the steps, walk up, mm-hmm. and then they added the handicap accessible ramps. Did you believe how long it took you to walk up there now?
That's quite a climb. It really is. And I'm not sure how that would work well with a wheelchair. I don't know how they figured that. But it's gorgeous up there.
It is. And they took out the benches.
Yes.
I always enjoyed just sitting up there, and sometimes you can even see the ships coming by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Terry, thanks for doing all this filming.
You bet. Anytime.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And we'll find more people to make fun of. And boy, if we had an outtake video, no one would watch this channel anymore. Hey guys, thanks for watching today. Appreciate you. Have a good weekend.